Hello, I'm Ben and welcome back to the Body Camp Kitchen. Today we're going to be making raw chocolate cookies, also I like to call them RAWREOS. So prep time's about 10 to 15 minutes, plus a little bit of time in the freezer, and this makes roughly about 10 mini RAWREOS. Obviously if you make tennis-ball size, it makes about 2. So these are pretty moreish, but on the upside they're also vegan, free from gluten and processed rubbish. For the biscuit base, you want 100 grams of pecans, 50 grams of almonds and 3 tablespoons of raw cacao, so that's all together in one bowl. And then we've got 150 grams, more or less, of Medjool Dates, again my favourite dates. And then for the creamy centre, we have got 1 cup of desiccated coconut, unsweetened as well. So when you buy it at home, just make sure to read the labels and make sure it's unsweetened. I've also got here 1 cup of cashew nuts, which have been soaked for a minimum of 2 hours. You can leave it overnight if you want, but 2 hours is fine. We're also going to use 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. It's quite cold here at the moment, so it obviously looks like a big lump of fat. And then we're going to use a little bit of maple syrup as well, about 3 tablespoons of that. And I've got a bit of water here for the base, just to make it easier to roll, because otherwise it's a bit dry without it. And then I've also got some coconut milk here for the cream, again just to make it the right texture we want. It's not necessarily there for flavour, it's there more to make the texture nice and creamy. Not too wet, not too dry, but that little bit in between. Right, so for the biscuit base, we're going to start off by whizzing all the dry ingredients first. That's your pecans, your almonds and your raw cacao. So I'm going to make that into like a flour almost. If you want, you can just chuck it all in together, but I like it a bit more smooth. If you do it all together, you get a few lumps on the almonds. Obviously, like I said before, this is a hybrid of a food processor and a Vitamix. It does stuff really, really quickly. This is like a flour. Obviously, that's going to be too dry to roll in your hands. So now we're going to add Medjools. Have a sneaky peek. So I'll show you that. There you go. And as you can see as well, it's all nicely combined, but it's not going to be too easy to roll. So this is when the water comes in. Just add a little bit at a time, that's really important. If you add too much, it's going to be too wet and it's going to be really sticky. And if you add too much, you can't take it out. But if you put a little bit at a time, you can always add a little bit more. Okay, a little dribble. There you go. And as it spins, you'll notice a bit of a ball come to form. So there we go. You see that? So that's that nice ball we're after. So now it's sticky, which is going to be perfect for rolling. So now I've rolled the balls, I'm going to put these in the freezer and then we're going to head over to making the cream for the centre. So for the creamy centre, we're going to add all the ingredients into a food processor and whiz. So cashews, coconut, 2 of those, there's 1, which is the coconut oil. 1, 2, don't worry too much about the quantities. I made this a few times so I know what 3 tablespoons of maple syrup look like. So that's 1, 2, 3. So whiz that into a paste first, and then we want it a little bit wetter, so we're going to add a little touch of coconut milk. It doesn't take long on this machine. So we'll add a little dribble of this, and you can afford to add a little bit too much of this as well, because you've got the coconut oil in there. And when coconut oil gets cold, it goes hard, so we're good. There we go, that's more like it. So it's not too firm now. It's getting there. And now for the taste test. That's good. Right, get the balls out of the freezer. So now I've got the balls out of the freezer. Just going to squish them between our palms. I use that little ball on the bottom of my palm just to sort of help give it a bit of shape. So you want something like that. Yeah? Make a few of those. Right, so now we've got some discs like so. We're going to add the cream. If you wanted to, you could put the cream into a piping bag and just pipe it on. I'm just going to get a spoon and dollop it on like that. And put that on top. So I quite like it all sort of rustic and gooey out the edges. There you go. Once I've made all of these up, I'm going to pop them back in the freezer and then take them as and when I want them. So cook it, eat it and enjoy it. Please do share your photos of the RAWREOS on Instagram and Facebook at the Body Camp Ibiza with the hashtag Ben's Kitchen. The recipe and method are listed below in the description box. If you love these RAWREOS, share the recipe with your friends, and for more videos, subscribe to the Body Camp channel. Finally, head to thebodycamp.com for more details of how to join us here and to purchase the cookbook in hardback and PDF. Bye-bye.